September of last year, more than 600,000 Americans were victims of tax ID theft.
And of course, with tax time fast approaching, one Oregon senator is pushing for change to keep your finances safe. Our Jennifer Dowling has more on what you can do now to protect yourself. Jennifer?
Yeah, there are some practical things that you want to keep in mind this tax season. And we talked to a Portland man who was a victim of this growing new tax ID theft problem in 2014. He says it took him at least 6 months to get his life back on track.
You have no idea. You get blindsided by it.
Mark Ertl works in cybersecurity, but that didn't stop a thief from getting his social security number and filing a false tax return.
People say, how could this happen to you? It's like, I'm a number, I'm a statistic.
Ertl volunteered with a religious organization, but hackers stole the database of the company who conducted background checks on the volunteers.
It's like we tell customers in our business, you're going to get breached.
Senator Jeff Merkley says the IRS paid out $5.8 billion in fraudulent returns in 2013, with 4,700 fraudulent state returns also filed in Oregon.
Now, the Oregon Department of Revenue caught most of those. Only about 160 got through. So they're doing a fairly good job, but obviously that's still 160 cases of theft.
IRS Assistant Special Agent William Chung says there are 1,700 active investigations currently underway related to fraudulent tax returns.
The victims won't usually know that their identity has been used to file a tax return until they actually file their own return and it's rejected.
To protect yourself, make sure you shred documents. Think about getting a locked mailbox. Use protective software. Be aware of email and phone scams. And hang up on IRS phone calls. Agents always send letters to correspond. Ertl's stolen information delayed his return for 6 months and stopped him from closing on a house.
The best that you can do is just be aware.
I know, and he says that involves checking your credit regularly. Make sure to check your bank accounts and your statements. Also, if someone does steal your identity, don't wait. Jump on it right away so you can start that process. It'll be a long, painful process, but you got to start quick to rectify it.
You know, we were caught in that. Our family was in 2014. Someone used our identity to file a false tax return. I was sitting in my tax guy's office, and he electronically filed it. Bounced right back and said, someone already filed, and I said, yeah. But I was part, I think, of the same thing that the person in your story was part of. There were hundreds of people in the Portland area that fell victim to that same outfit.
And
it could happen to anyone.
And all of this advice is definitely worth repeating because people keep falling for it.
Yes.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thanks, Jen.